Guys, do you know that our husbands go through a lot when we don't give them good sex? Yes, it's what I want to address today. Yes, my cousin brother just left my house now. He told me he's about to divorce his wife of 5 years. Reason being that for the past 5 years they've been married, they've only had sex 4 times. My cousin Johnson is not finding it funny anymore. He has talked to her. He has been patient with her. And you know what? Johnson is a good Christian. He doesn't want to cheat on his wife. When we deprive our husbands of good sex, quality sex, it has lots of emotional impact on them. And that is what I am addressing today. So men, I am with you on this. Yes, I stand with the men on this. In fact, let me say it categorically. Sex is food. Yes, you heard me correctly. Sex is food. Imagine, Johnson even told me that his wife manipulates him whenever he needs sex. She asks for money. Who does that? Your own husband, someone that married you, someone that is living up to his expectation. Why can't you pamper him the way he's pampering you with gifts, with money, and the good things of life? So as little as sex is, as small as it is, you are holding on to it as if it's something that you can't do. Babes, if you are on this table, you are at the verge of losing your husband to a side chick, or you are at the verge of becoming a divorcee. Yes, I must tell you the truth. Johnson just left my house now. I actually asked him to give me time to talk to his wife. She is on my channel and she's always listening to what I am saying. If you're a man here and you are going through such challenge like Johnson, my cousin, not to worry. I've got your back. I'm with you on this. I understand your pains. I understand your challenges. I understand what it means, how it feels. You know, when your drums are filled and all you need to do is just to discharge it and somebody is not giving in. Man, what you need to do now is to watch this video to the end, like and share it to your wife. I know your wife is not the only person on this table. So those men whose wives are on this table as well, share to them to share to their wives. All right, so let's dive in. Sex is one of the requirements of a healthy and safe marriage. On no account should you ask your husband for money just because he needs to have sex with you. Babe, it's wrong. It's wrong. Who does that? It's not acceptable. Please, if you are one of those women that do it, please, it's time we stop it. Let's call a spade a spade. It's totally wrong. Need I remind you that the day you made your marital vows to your husband, that same day you pick up the road of giving him constant and steady sex whenever he wants it, how he wants it. In fact, like I will always say, hot. Yes. So why asking for money? If there is no cash, you ask him to write a check just because he wants to have sex with you. Babes, that has got to stop. Yes, like I said, Mrs. Johnson is at the verge of losing her husband. She is at the verge of becoming a divorcee. Yes, Mrs. Johnson, I know you will watch this video because you are subscribed to my channel. Please do the needful. My cousin is not happy with you at all. When our husbands are sex-starved, it had so many implications on them. Yes, emotional impact, physical effects, and relationship consequences. But for the sake of this video, I will be concentrating on emotional impact. So the emotional impact of our husbands not having regular and constant sex ranges from stress, low mood, irritability, and anger. You see, like I told you, it's not something we should continue. Who wants that for her husband? I sincerely believe that in marriage, unwavering support and deep understanding of each other's needs are essential, and sex is one of the needs. So as wives, as women, let's try as much as we can to meet these needs for our husbands. Remember, if you don't do it, there are people out there that are willing to give their bodies to your husbands. Is that what you want? So, talking about the emotional impact of sex starvation to our husband. I'll be giving us 3 tips of what can happen to our husbands emotionally when we sex starve them, when we don't give them sex constantly, regularly, how they want it, when they want it, and hot. Yes, please take note of these 3 tips and act accordingly so that you continue to enjoy your marriage, continue to enjoy the good husband that God gave to you. Yes, number 1, frustration. Sis, frustration is real when you sex starve your husband. I don't know about you, but for me, I don't want my husband to ever be frustrated. A man who is sex starved oftentimes feels frustrated, angry, and anxious. Why should you do that to your husband? He didn't marry you to become frustrated. He didn't marry you to always get angry. It's bad now. Please, let's act accordingly. These men did not marry us for us to frustrate them. No. Just imagine, for those of us wives that have gone through the process of giving birth to a child, you know how you feel when the labor pain starts. All you want to do is to put to bed, to bring that child out. Same way the men feel when they have sexual urge. All they need is just for them to pour it somewhere. Please, let's act accordingly. Don't frustrate your husband. Please, be wise, wives. Be wise. Please act accordingly. If you don't act accordingly, it is either you are becoming a divorcee soon, or you are sharing your lovely husband with someone that is willing and always ready to give it to him hot whenever he wants it. Please do act accordingly, sis. The next emotional impact of sex starvation to our husband is depression and stress. Men can actually be depressed and stressed if their sexual needs are unmet. Like I was telling you, you needed to see how Johnson, my cousin, looked when he came to visit me. So babes, lack of sexual intimacy can lead, and it actually leads our husbands to sadness, depression, and loneliness. Is that what you want for your husband? Was that your aim of getting married to him? To turn him to a sad and lonely man? Why? Please, on behalf of our husbands that are sex starved, I want to crave your indulgence. Women, wives, let's do the needful. If you are a woman on this table, it is time to stop. Please spice up your marriage with sex. Sex is one of the requirements of a healthy marriage. We move on to the 3rd tip of the emotional effect of sex starvation to our husbands. Anger and resentment. Do you wonder why your husband is always angry towards you? Whenever he sees you, it's like he's not comfortable. You say you don't know what you have done to him. You don't know what you have done to him means what? The answer is not far-fetched. It's because his sexual needs are not met. They are unmet. So why won't he get angry? Why won't anything about you annoy him? Tell me, if you are in his shoes, won't you be angry? So if you give him good and quality sex, the anger, the annoyance would naturally go away. That is the truth. I am telling you as your friend. So in a nutshell, what am I saying? Please, wives, do not frustrate your husbands. Do not manipulate them because of sex. Sex is one of the requirements of marriage. Sex is to be enjoyed by both parties. Don't manipulate your husband because of sex. And do not ask your husband, is sex food? No. Such questions should not come out from your mouth as a wife, because sex is actually food. Like I said, in this matter, I stand with our men, with our husbands. So all this got to stop. I hope you got value as usual. So let's act accordingly as the lovely and good wives that we are.